Hello everybody, you're here with Claru Beauty with your host Claudia Lara. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm so happy to be here. I know I've been out for a while, but I am back, at least for today, hopefully for the next couple of days. So today I'm going to be showing you what I have gotten from Sephora sales so far. Then there's going to be another video where I'm showing what was on my cart and I took out, but still, is an interest of mine. And then of course there's two other orders coming up, but they're going to be delayed like 2 weeks. But still, I wanted to do this today in case you're interested. The sale is still going on, and so here we go. If you're interested in all this, please keep on watching, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. All right, let's begin. I'm hoping I can put here a little picture of the items I got, but we're gonna go through them a little bit quicker, right? So because April is my birthday month, I did get the Ilia Beauty Insider Choice for happy birthday gift from Sephora, and I wanted to really try the Ilia. Let's open it together. The Ilia Balm and the mascara. I already tried them, but I'll try them here with you just so you see what's up. So the color that comes with it is At Last. Not my favorite color because I like a little more color with my balms. This is very, very neutral. Look at that. I mean, this is my lip color and this is the balm. So if you like very light, barely there balm, then you will like this color. So there's At Last. Now, I had tried the Ilia balms before, and I have recommended it to you all. There's a video, if you want to watch, where I swatch all the colors, or a lot of the colors, and I do mention one of my favorites. Now, one of my favorite colors for me is Wanderlust. And Wanderlust, I actually show it in that video, the swatches, and I order the full size, and I lost it. I think I lost it at the gym, and so I reordered it in this sale. So this is one of the first items. I'll swatch it here. So that is Wonderland, and I mean Wanderlust, and I really like it. I'll put it on top of this. But you see how it ramps up the color a little bit more. And I'll swatch it next to the other one. You see that? Yeah. And so this color kind of does my lips, but better, or a little bit more. Yeah, I think it's a little sexier, a little more ramp up. So that is Wanderlust. And I'll swatch it next to the one that comes on the birthday gift. So let me swatch it right here. Okay. Oof. So this is the one that comes with the birthday gift, and this is Wanderlust. This has a little bit more pink, a little more watermelon, but the color is a little bolder. I don't know if you can see that. And so the bolder kind, without being bold, I'm not talking like a ramp up full of color, but you saw the difference. And so that's what it is. All right. So the first purchase, I mean, of course I got this because it was April, it was my birthday. If you're interested on this choice, they have it. And it comes with the mascara. I already tried the mascara. It's not one of my favorites, but we'll try it in the look today. So you'll see how this one looks. But just so you know, I mean, it's supposed to be clean beauty. Right now, my favorite mascara is being Trish McEvoy. Who would have thought? And I went to Mexico to see my mom, and she loved it, so I had to give the mascara to her. I need to order a new one for myself, but I really like it. All right, so that's one of the items I got. The second item I got was the concealer, the Prime Prism Libre Skin Caring Concealer. This is from Givenchy. And I really, really have liked this. This is going to be my favorite concealer right now. So I haven't applied any foundation. And I do have the Givenchy foundation. I don't know, this is a while back, but I did a lot of foundation sort of reviews. And there was, of course, the Illuminating NARS, which is one of favorites. This is like when you really want to look made out and nice. And between all the ones I did try under that category, this was one of my favorites. And so I kept it. So right away when I heard about this, I wanted to order it, and I did. And what I found out is I usually go a little lighter on the concealer on the shade than the foundation. But in this case, what I kept seeing was, or the recommendation at the Sephora site, was to get the same color. So I did. And I am N120 on the foundation, so that's what I got on the concealer. Now, I don't know what I should do to show you the differences, but let's try one thing, right? So I'm gonna do on this half of my face. So let's say I put a little bit there. I'll put a little bit. I'm using the concealer, right? So what I want to find out is what is the difference if I just use the concealer, because nowadays this type of concealers are kind of conceal and then all over. Oh, I bought a brush to apply that. Oh, I'm gonna be using the Angie Hot and Flashy BK brush. This has become one of my favorites. I mean, A506, and you should hear this is in YouTube. It has become a lot of people's favorite, and you know, usually I don't necessarily agree with everybody on my choices, but this one I do agree. I'm actually even considering getting a second one, so I can have one here in my desk and one at my bathroom. Love this brush. So I am applying it, the concealer on this side. And again, I already had tried this concealer for a couple of days and I really, really like it. Now, I have not tried it down here and down here like I just did today. I have only tried it under the eye, but I thought this could be a very good comparison review even for myself here on camera with you all. So you could just put this and that's it, ready to go. I like that. Now on the other side, I'm gonna put the foundation only, but I will use, because I also want to compare that. I already did, but I still want to do it for you. So another second item that I got on the Sephora sale is a replacement. I have the old and I just got, this is a repurchase. And you can see this is Hit Pan. I still have some. This is the brand new one. This is the Charlotte Tilbury corrector in Fair Pale. This is one of my favorite items. And even though I still have product here, I wanted a second one because, again, one in my bathroom, one here, one in the purse. So this is one of the ones that I use every day. And I did it on the sale. Now, it was interesting because the case itself looks yet different in shade. Could be the usage, but it's very hard for you to see. But this one seems a lot more golden. You see that? And the same thing, this looks a little different in color, maybe because I haven't broken it. So I want to first of all swatch it here in my hand and see if it is the same color or not. It's the same product. So yeah, it seems that the new one is a little darker for some reason. That's interesting. So this one is the previous version. You see that? This is more yellow than this. I mean, they're almost the same, but I do see a little tiny, maybe barely. I don't know. Maybe because it's new, maybe it'll warm up, but I just thought that was interesting. So I'm going to use the new one, this one, on my right eye, just because I want to compare. This is without any foundation underneath. It's directly to my skin, between this and the concealer. Now, granted, this is a corrector, not a concealer. So it's not necessarily fair. And I have tried the Charlotte Tilbury concealers. She has several choices for you. One is very radiant and illuminating. Another one is a little heavier concealing. And usually you can use it on top of this corrector, because this is a corrector, not a concealer. But those are more really for those of you that put a full makeup sort of thing. For me, that I go very natural every day, this corrector is more than enough, and this is what I use. That's why I repurchase it, because it does conceal. I mean, a little purple, at least it makes me a little bit more one color without looking like I'm wearing makeup. So here it is, the difference. So that is the Givenchy. Again, very natural, very light. It doesn't crease, it doesn't everything. So it doesn't completely cover the purple, but that's fine with me. And then this is the corrector with Charlotte Tilbury, which does a great job, I feel. They don't crease, it looks very creamy. I mean, this one feels a little creamier. This one, I don't even feel it anymore. It kind of goes away, so light. So what I would do with this, and I had apply a little bit of eye cream, but I can put a little bit more if I really wanted to look a little more creamier. Now, they look very similar. Right now, as I'm applying it, it looks more like this one might be covering a tiny little bit more. However, because I already tried both, during the day, this will dissipate a little faster and this will stay just like that. So I am liking this quite a bit. Now let's apply a little bit of the foundation, even though for my everyday, probably this is about it. I wouldn't put a full foundation. But today, because we're gonna do that, just a tiny bit, mostly because I wanna see, oof, you jump, how it performs on top of the concealing, right? So, oops, it popped up a little bit in my, there you go. I'm using such a little bit, but this is how I like my foundation every day anyways. And I do have an event coming up where I need to use full makeup look, and so it will be interesting to see what I choose or decide to use. And that's why I've been trying this foundation, the Givenchy, because I wanted to see if this will be the one I use for the event. And I believe so. It looks so natural. I mean, right now I pour so little, but you see how it makes you radiant. Now, granted, I don't need a lot of coverage. So this is very light coverage. I mean, you can still see a little bit of the red here. It almost feels like you revealed it because of the movement of the brush, what I had covered with the concealer. But at least now it looks all one color. So if I really wanted to, I can put the concealer back on top a little bit. I mean, that's the way it's supposed to go anyways. But I'm not gonna do that right now because I don't want it to pile more and more. And also, if you really wanted to, you can apply a little bit of setting powder that will cover that, which probably I would do at the end, the Givenchy pearls, which gives you a beautiful just finished look. So for now, I don't care much about those redness. I was more looking about how it look on top of the concealing and how does it look just with the corrector or with the concealer. So far, I'm telling you, the Charlotte Tilbury corrector is just, that's why I repurchase. But I do recommend this concealing. Like I show you, without any foundation, I like this one and it lasts longer because this one will dissipate through the day. All right, so let's move on. So I'm taking forever for that part. But so a second item that I purchased, I purchased so many items, but the ones I'm going to be showing you here today, because I got like the Rare Beauty liquid blush. I got all the minis of, oh, not that one, of the Westman Atelier, which I do have the large size. And I'll go through it a little bit by little, but just in case, I did get the Anastasia eyebrow gel, which we're going to be trying now. And I got a lot of lippies. I got Rare Beauty, I got NARS, I got the lip oil from Dior, which I've shown you before, and I have the lip maximizer from Dior. So there are many items. Oh, and the RMS Beauty blush. So we're going to go through them just in case you were curious what's coming up. Oh, and a perfume. Okay. So let's continue with one that I've been dying to try, which is the RMS blush. Of course, I already tried all this. I couldn't help myself. So the RMS, there's two. I thought I was gonna like the pomegranate or the sangria, which are different shades, but I went to the store. If I can, oh, I didn't take a picture of that. All right, never mind about that. But no, when I try them on swatches at the store, this one looked gorgeous, which was the Maiden blush. And of course, the cool pink, the French Quarter, I think it's called. But I didn't order that. I'm debating. I'm debating between that and the Armani new blush, which is the cool pink tone. I'm debating between those two. One of those I will get, but I'm debating. Anyhow, I love this color. So let's try it together. For some reason, I got in this wagon of this kind of terracotta bronzing, and I was not mistaken, because now if you've seen the Chantecaille New Summer 2023, they came again with that kind of golden bronzer. I mean, nothing like this, but if you remember, I'm pulling it out, last year, it came out with this. Let me swatch it next to it. Yeah, okay. It's not really, not really, right? So this is the Chantecaille from summer, and this is the RMS. This is a lot more red, has some pink in there. This is a lot more golden, tan, more into the orange, you know, golden sun thing. But to me, it's kind of that look, that little brownish, golden, tan sort of look. This year's, like I said, they're very similar to that kind of tone. So, but those are not always my best colors. And so I can make them work, of course, because I want to be trendy, but because of my color, it's not the best. But I did feel the urge, and so that's why I got this color. So let me show it to you, because I'm going to show you something else. Okay, so you see, it gives me a little more red, which ramps up a little more than a golden orangey sort of look. It's just different. It's just different. I like the other one too. It's a little less color. Oh, that was the surprise with this ones. A little bit goes a long way. They do have color payoff for sure. All right, so this is Maiden, and I really like that. Look at that. That's it, right? I could put the Chantecaille on the other side so you will see the difference. However, I do have, let's go to the next product. So, you know, if you've been with me, you know that Westman Atelier is a brand that I love. I have all her items, right? In all the colors, or most of the colors. So I did order minis of the Contour Biscuit and the Lit Up, which is the natural or transparent kind of color. So these are the minis, and these are the full size. Why? Because these ones I use all the time. If I'm in a hurry, if I don't know what to wear, I think these two are just a must. So I figure I will pull this for travel, for my purse, for the bathroom. I mean, they're not gonna go to waste. Now, I do have to admit, the these are 25. I don't remember how much are these, probably double. But the amount of product that these ones have is like nothing. I mean, you're paying a lot for the size and for the container. So if I were you, I would get the full size for sure. Of course, if you just want to try it, get this ones. But however, because I want to carry in my purse or for travel, I just had to have the minis. So I got this too. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, so this is Biscuit. I'm gonna apply it here. It's the best contour ever. And then I have the Lit Up, which is just transparent. And I have a comparison with this, with Chanel, with Victoria Beckham, which is a little more yellow and reflective. So they all work different. But this is just when you just want a little bit of brightening, lift me up, lit up. You know, it won't show, but it just gives you that kind of radiance, right? So, so I got these minis, but then I got this third one. This one I did not have. And this one is the Lit Up highlighting stick on Visage, Brûlé, in Brûlé. Now, I didn't get this before from all the other Lit Ups because I did get like the peachy, the pinky, the da-da-da-da-da. But this one, I thought it would be too dark for me. Let me swatch it right here. And so, okay, here it is. So I always thought this was gonna be too dark for me. And then I saw Westman Atelier in some of her Instagram. She kind of applies it like that and makes you look very tan. Now, I did apply this like that the other day, but I think it's still too dark for me. Even though you can dissolve it, you can play it down, you can do so many things with it. I just thought for a highlighter, for that, it is just too dark. I mean, for that, I really appreciate this a lot more because it has a little bit more peachy into it. This is the RMS and this is the highlighter from Westman Atelier. So you see, back to the orangey, kind of like the Charlotte Tilbury. So I was like, well, then what do I do with it? Well, I found out that I can put it as a contour. See how it is darker than the RMS? It does have a lit up, it does have a highlight. But if that is the color I'm going for, because the RMS is a little lighter, and I don't feel like putting a matte like the Biscuit, look how beautiful that makes it look. So I just love this combo. I do. Because it gives me the contour, it ramps it up. I mean, look at the difference, right? Ugh. Beautiful. Now, I don't know if I should do this same thing on the other side. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna do this and then the RMS, I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna apply it a little bit up here. I do have some color, eye color that I got, the caja. We're gonna go through this. And what I'm thinking, because I wanna make this video not so long, I'm gonna do a part 2 so I can include all of them. But we will finish this look because I'm just excited about it and I think it looks gorgeous. So I'm gonna apply, so that's without, this is with, and that is without. It does make a difference. And so, and you can apply this. I don't want to do that because we're going to be trying the eyeshadows, but you can apply this right here and it ties everything up and it just looks gorgeous, just FYI. So I really like this brulee after all, not over here, but as a contour like I showed you. So there you have it. Now, if you really wanted to ramp up here, you can use the Lit Up, right? So you can use it transparent and just use a little bit more here. And then you really are ramp up all over. Now, I am debating if I want to get the French Quarter to just put a little bit of pink right here. But of course, I have so many other choices I could go for. I mean, yesterday, and this is obviously not a Sephora purchase, but they do have it at Sephora. If you don't have this, this is a must-have forever and ever, ages and ages. This is the Rosy Glow from Dior. And so I would just apply a little bit because it has a little bit of violet, but it's more pink, but it's not very round pop color. And look at that. I just love this combo. And let me swatch it. You'll be surprised about this color, but this is a favorite. If you haven't heard of it, you've been under a rock, or you're really not into makeup, which that's fine. But this is definitely a must-have. Now, you can barely see it. There's the pink. Because it's not necessarily blush. It's almost like you put it just to tie things together, to bring that rosiness to. So that's what I did. If I order the RMS Rose Quartz, that is a color. It has a lot of color. So that's why I'm debating on it. And it's the same as, where is it here? Because lately, you know, this is the Rose Quartz. Oh, this. So the RMS is French quartz. I'm sorry about that. I think it's French something. It's the pink one. The Rose Quartz that I've been talking about is the House Love from the singer. Ay, Dios mío, I can't believe I can't remember. Lady Gaga. So this is the House of Life. I've used this. You can tell it's been loved. This is pinkish. So you can put something like this, but I tried it. I didn't love it. So I think it will, I mean, I love this, but not the combination with this. So I think this will look good with the other RMS pink, or like I used it, etc. All right. So I am just gonna apply a little bit of the Ilia mascara. Oh my God, what did I do with it? Well, I misplaced it. All right, so we're gonna end up the part 1 video here. And then if you wanna see the part 2, you know, it'll continue. So thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Please ring the bell in the right-hand corner so you know when I upload new videos. Thumbs up, comment down below what did you get for Sephora, and I'll see you in a little bit. Thank you.